Coming up on Look Today, school nutrition professionals met to taste the future of school meals. I've got some details. And a Glens Falls supervisor has proposed a plan he believes will save the city money on its annual police budget. I'll discuss some of those elements of that plan. And it's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone and happy Friday. I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Ed Bartholomew. He's the president of the Warren County Economic Development Corporation. And we also talk with Chris Wally. Now he's from the Southern Adirondack Independent Living. Plus, we've got weather for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, school nutrition professionals gathered at the Gideon Putnam this week to taste the future of school meals. Nutrition professionals made their way through hundreds of new products to ultimately decide what will end up on thousands of cafeteria trays throughout the capital region. School nutrition professionals got to see firsthand how schools are scrutinized to meet rigorous federal nutritional and monetary guidelines. Over 70 exhibitors were on site. We caught up with Hudson Falls Schools Nutrition Services Director Jane Pepin about the event, and here's what she had to say.
It's a huge impact today. Today is the day that we're exposed to all these different foods that we will potentially be providing for next school year.
Nutrition in schools is a big topic. In other news, Corinth Central Schools has been named a district in significant fiscal stress because its surplus funds have been nearly drained. Well, the district was one of 8 in the state to be rated in the most severe category in a report released Thursday by State Controller Thomas DiNapoli. Corinth was singled out for its low reserves, and the superintendent of schools, Daniel Starr, said he was not surprised by the designation. Now, the audit recommended the board put in place policies to state the amount of fund balance it would use and approve budgets with realistic estimates of expenses and revenues. Well, we will keep you updated on this story as we get more information. Changing from news to weather. After a beautiful day yesterday and a gloomy morning today, we'll see how the weekend weather is shaping up. For the latest, we're going to head to our Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first weekend forecast. Now back to the news. Well, a truck crash closed Route 4 between Comstock and the village of Whitehall early Thursday. The crash reportedly involved a log truck that went off-road near Cuomo's boat storage yard. It was reported early in the morning, and the road was expected to be closed until at least noon. The truck knocked down utility poles, wires, and it went off the road. However, there were no reports of any power outages in that area. Now, we caught up with Whitehall Assistant Fire Chief Darrell LaChapelle for more details.
We usually have tractor-trailer motor vehicle access on this road, probably 1 or 2 a year. Most of them down here, about 300 feet down the road, is one of our bad corners. Usually during ice storms and stuff, we get a lot of cars over the bank.
That was a wicked accident. State police said the driver was taken to Rutland Regional Medical Center for treatment of minor injuries, and Route 4 has since been reopened to traffic. Well, also in the news, a small Round Lake-based coffee brewer is gearing up for a possible tenfold increase in business. You want to know why? They won a free 30-second commercial during Super Bowl 50. The televised spot is worth $5 million, and it'll be seen by more than 100 million viewers worldwide when the Carolina Panthers do battle against the Denver Broncos on Sunday, February 7. Now, believe it or not, there were about 15,000 entries for the contest. Death Wish was one of 10 finalists that were narrowed down to a field of 3 before winning the contest. This is a big deal. Congratulations to Death Wish Coffee, what a name, and we will be watching. In other news, a Glens Falls supervisor has proposed a plan he believes will save the city money on its annual police budget, but allow it to avoid the controversial consolidation process. Fourth Ward Supervisor Jim Brock has proposed the city allow its police ranks to be reduced through attrition and work out an arrangement in which the Warren County Sheriff's Office would patrol in Glens Falls and respond to calls. Now, this agreement would allow the city to cut its policing costs and get Sheriff's Office patrol services in exchange for the county tax money that city residents pay. Now, Warren County Sheriff Bud York said he had not seen the details of Brock's proposal, but said the Sheriff's Office would help in Glens Falls as needed and would do as directed by the County Board of Supervisors. Now, we'll keep you updated on this story as it develops, and we reached out to the sheriff to have him as a guest on Look Today next week. Well, up next, I sit with Chris Wally. He's from SAIL, which stands for Southern Adirondack Independent Living. Plus, I also sit down with Ed Bartholomew. He's the president of the Warren County Economic Development Corporation. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, or join us for an interview, give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000.